Cloppity clop, cloppity clop, cloppity clop. You hear that? It's the sound of the three horsemen minus Tim today. On what I
So
would
two
say,
strong horsemen.
that's right, the two horsemen. Um, yeah, it is my birthday. We are recording on my very birthday. That's the sort of guy I am. I put in the work, not like Tim, who decided to fly to Arizona on my very birthday. Kind of fucked up, if you ask me. Can't see
Tim
me.
said he could not record because he was flying the whole day.
Yeah,
The
I don't think
whole
he knows
day.
how flights work, but I'm sure it was a very long flight, and I'm sure it
Yeah,
was
I'm
a very
sure.
expensive flight
I
because
mean, he couldn't buy the Wi-Fi on the plane and record on the plane.
that's a good point. I didn't think about that. We should have taken out of the gambling money and bought
Yeah.
him Wi-Fi.
Misappropriate some gambling funds.
Yeah, that's. I think we could get sued for that, but you would know, Connor. Let's do a segment of Connor's Law Corner.
Oh
Um,
no.
yeah, Connor's Legal Corner. I don't have the song queued up. Um, this is a tough one to do because this was for me the worst loss of the season that
It
we
felt
are
so
following from.
good and then it felt
Yeah, there
bad.
was a minute where I was like, there was a minute I want to say at the beginning of the fourth quarter where I was like, I know exactly what is about to happen, and and I was trying to will it to not be, but I was like, I know exactly how this is gonna fucking go, and sure enough, we lose by 1 point, and I was like, and there
This
was also the minute where you're like, oh, this is the same thing that's happened in every one of our wins. Matt Ryan has to like march down the field, and it
hmm
has to be a
he
miracle.
pulled some shit out of his ass.
Yeah, but I just knew this one just did not feel like it had that
The
type of
ass was
juice.
empty.
Yeah, his
He
ass
pulled
was
he pulled it all out before.
yeah.
Yeah, this game had me saying stuff like talking in like old dumbass coach speak where I was like, you can't play scared. Why are we
Yeah.
playing scared?
Yep.
You
Yep.
gotta play to win, not play not to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my
It's true.
God.
And then we
It's like
started off so promising with that. We finally get a touchdown on our first drive this season. It was like we're fucking back. It looked like the Saturday Sundays were beginning, and it was.
mhm.
And I don't blame Jeff Saturday for this loss. In fact, I I pissed some people off on Twitter, and I've fucking deleted the tweet because I was pissed off after
Oh
the
no.
game. Well, I was pissed off after the game because the Eagles coach did, I think,
Sir-
some little
Sirianni.
Sirianni, I think, pulled some little bullshit. It made me look. What's fucked up is I like this Eagles team, and he
hmm
made me not like them because he did some backhanded bullshit. He did some back alley bullshit, as
Oh yeah.
Con Man used to say.
The old
Uh,
back alley
he
bullshit.
did his little back alley bullshit where he wins. He pulls this win out of his fucking ass because of
hmm
a couple of miscommunicate. Like I can't believe they didn't have a QB spy on Jalen Hurts for that run up the fucking gut that wins the game. Because then even when they were marching, we get them to third and goal from pretty long, like
hmm
9-10 yards out. There's a decent chance we pull that out and the game is over if they don't get that run right there because the defense was playing great all day, except for that last couple drives where they let him kind of go wild. And we did get lucky with a fumble recovery after we lost the ball. It was just like a lot of
Old
little
sack
bullshit,
fumble. Yeah.
but nonetheless, they come out with the win by 1 fucking point. It's a miracle they beat the fucking Colts, led by
Yeah.
Jeff Saturday, and then Sirianni just does all this like this one's for Frank type bullshit, and like they would have blown us out of the fucking water if Frank Reich was that coach, I think. And he gets to do this now because they win by 1 point. He's super passive aggressive, and I get it. Head coaches are mad that Jeff Saturday gets to roll in off the goddamn couch
Yeah.
and make them all and make the whole fucking profession look like a sham, which is what it is. I think it's what we're seeing, but any of us could walk in there right now and be the head coach, and we who cares?
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if I guess I'll just break this on the podcast. Behind Jeff Saturday, I was the second choice for
Sure,
head
yeah.
coach.
Thank you
And
for admitting that.
Jim was calling me after the game Sunday, and I said, Jim, I cannot take over for Jeff. I have finals coming up. So,
Yeah, it was
anybody can
actually
do
gonna
it.
go to you first, and then it was Jeff Saturday. There was only two options for the job.
I want to become a lawyer before I become a head coach, and I
That's
will
smart.
do both within the next year.
I think that's good, Connor. I think those are good goals to have. Lawyer and then head coach of the Indianapolis
The
Football
the
Colts.
Indianapolis Colts. And we
Yeah.
will be changing our name to the Indianapolis football team.
Yes. We
Now that
should.
Washington changed their name, there should be one
I mean,
team that's
we
just
all
the
know
football team.
Indiana is a basketball country. I think
Hmm.
I think the Indianapolis Colts should change their name to the Indiana basketball team.
Oh yeah, I mean to get more butts and
Confuse them.
seats.
Yeah, that's
They'd be
true.
like,
That's
"Oh,
a good
I'm going
point.
to see the basketball team." And they'd be like, "Oh, I wonder what Aaron Rodgers is like playing basketball. The Packers are playing the basketball team." So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think this is good. I think it would confuse a lot of teams who are playing us. I think why not? Why not make your mascot a different sport? I think that's fun. The Indiana
yeah, I mean,
basketballers of football.
there are no rules that say it has to be,
Yeah.
you know, the intended sport.
Mm-hmm. I've never heard of one, and I know every rule.
Sports teams names are fluid. They're fluid, okay? They can be
Oh
whatever they
man.
want to be.
Speaking of the Indiana basketball, your boy
Hmm.
is I think
Great hat.
saying thank you. This is a gift from Steven Castillo. Uh
Heard of him?
very fun. I think I'm gonna be wearing it this very weekend. So it is my birthday, and Antonia says she has a surprise for me on Sunday. And it just so happens that the very Pacers that I love are playing against the Clippers on Sunday. They are also playing against the Lakers on Monday. And now that I live in La La Land, I might go to damn both of those.
Back to back, spend the night at the crypto center.
That is a good idea. Maybe I get some FTX advice, some cryptocurrency advice.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Because
good.
it's what
Some
it's
insider shit.
crypto.com arena, right?
Yeah, that's right.
It ain't the Staples Center.
Mm-mm. No, no, no. Crypto.com arena. It's so bad. Um, but because the Lakers are dog shit this year, the tickets are actually kind of
Mhm.
reasonable. And I'm gonna see if they go down. If they go way down, I might like splurge. Although I just spent fucking $600 on golf clubs and another 100 on running shoes. It's my damn
On
birthday and
golf
it's Black Friday.
clubs. So
Well,
is that a whole set? I don't know
yeah,
shit about.
yeah, I got a whole set. My buddy Adam, who I used to work at the movie show with, is a huge
Mhm.
golfer. He just told me he played with Will Ferrell last week. Pretty crazy.
Whoa.
He's apparently very good. He plays with Rory Scovel a bunch, and I've been told he is a very, very good golfer. He keeps inviting me to do it, and I'm like, dude, you don't understand. I am fucking terrible. And he's like, it'll be
No, I've
fun. Who
golfed with you.
cares?
You're pretty good with one hand. I think
That's
that's the
right.
move.
That is true. On that par three, I took a phone call. That was when I booked
I
my
was
fucking epic special, and I was playing with one arm, and I was playing
I'm
better than I
golfing
ever
with Tom. I'm golfing with
did.
Tom and enemy of the show, Jeff Sheen. And I've never golfed before, so I'm just fucking skipping balls across rocks and stuff. I'm
Sure.
getting it there. Tom takes like a 30-minute phone call and it's just hitting just hitting par every time with
Yeah,
one
one
hand.
arm. It was pretty cool. That's the best I've ever played, I think, and it was with one arm. I think it's because I was doing business on the golf course the way they put it. That was when I booked my epic special though. That was crazy. Um anyways, yeah, I bought a full set. Hopefully I can play decent. I figure I live in LA now. Antonio just got me a gift card to the LA City public golf courses, so I think I'm gonna become a country club little bitch. I'm gonna be the poor boy on the country in the country club.
Can you become a member at that course or do you just like buy per
It's
game?
multiple courses, so I don't know. I asked her that because I was like, maybe I could use this gift card towards a membership, like a yearly
Hmm.
thing. I don't fully understand it. I'm not one with this, and I hate golf because I hate all the etiquette shit. It stresses me out, so I'm gonna have to like learn all that stuff as I go.
Why?
But
Because they're all like, "Are you feather or dot, Tom?
exactly,
We gotta know for our records."
I was making
That
fun
kind of
of it
etiquette stuff.
when I was in Kansas City or something and we went golfing. Yeah, that exact sort of stuff. But like the different types of racism. that exists. But the shit people say to you on the golf course is so fucking lame. Where they're like, this guy was coming off and he's like, "Well, I think I left a few birdies back there for you." It's like, shut the fuck up, fucking bitch.
Wait, is that supposed to be an insult? Like,
No, no, no.
or
That
like a
means for
brag? Or I
himself.
don't.
No, the
Oh,
way people
okay.
talk on golf courses is as if they want to kill themselves, but they say it politely. They're like, "Oh, didn't treat me too good out there today," and I just want to be like, "Yeah, dude, I'm gonna kill myself on this course with a gun." That's
Oop,
how I
that one
play.
landed on the green. I was hoping it was going to hit my ex-wife's face. Like shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. No, they would never say that one landed on the green. They would if somebody hits one and it lands on the green, they're like, "Oh, that's probably as good as it's gonna get today. Better quit now." Like they're always like as if the day is gonna go terrible for them. Nobody's ever like, "God damn it, I am a fucking legend," which is what I'm gonna do if I ever am good at all, but I'm not. Anyways,
I,
that's
I hope you get there. I'll start golfing if you do
let's
that.
start golfing, dude. Maybe I'll be the type of guy who flies my clubs back to Indiana so that I can because I play at my mom. There's a course next to my mom's house, and I play with fucking old ass clubs and a golf head. Like a club head flies off every time I play. I lose a club head and I lose a club because they're clubs from the fucking 80s and they're terrible.
I'll get you once I become coach of the Colts. I'll get you a set of Indiana clubs.
That's
We'll
what
keep
I
them.
need.
We'll keep them for you at the stadium.
I'll come pick them up at
We'll
Lucas
put,
Oil.
we'll put them we'll put them in Jim Irsay's guitar collection. It'll be like, this is a guitar Roger Water used to play. This
Uh,
is Tom Takar's Indiana set.
this is Tom Carr's 3-iron. Let's talk about the goddamn. I'm sorry to the listeners. I'm talking about other shit because thinking about this game is bumming me out so fucking much. That was, you know what it is. So I did win one of my bets this week because
Good.
I did this with IU too. I made two bets. I made one bet that they would cover the 6 point spread, and then another bet that they would win the money line. I hit the 6 points because they only lost by one. So I made my money back that I bet basically because I was in Vegas. You can't really do it's harder to do parlays out there with like player props and shit. So I just
Uh-huh.
did it. I hit that with IU and it was the fucking thriller because it was IU Xavier and
Yeah, that game was close.
it was very close, and I bet money line IU, and then I also bet them to win by 1.5. And my
Oh,
brother-in-law bet
wow.
on them to win by 2.5. And it was what was the other parlay? And the over. So the over hits. We both did that. The over hits pretty fast, like in the second half. And then the 2 points ends up becoming the most excruciating thing ever. Where I was like, why did I fucking do this? IU has a chance to go up by two. They
Mhm.
have four free throws and
They were
miss.
missing.
They missed three in a row, and I was like, "This is gonna fucking miss." First, the guy has a chance to do it, and he misses. Xavier gets the ball with like 8 seconds left. They go down, and we're like, we all a bunch of people had the same bet that we were
Mhm.
watching with the sports book, which was fun. But they fucking uh we're like, this is over. We all lost the bet. There's 8 seconds left. Even if Xavier misses, like they're gonna get the last shot. Somehow this dude goes up, misses, I think a layup or something like that. With there's 2 seconds left, and one of our guys gets the rebound and gets fouled immediately. And I was like, we were all like, ah, I can't believe it. We're gonna get another chance. And then he misses the first free throw. We were like, this is fucking cursed. And then he hits the second free throw, and they miss a half court heave, or the ball gets stolen. We were like, ah. And my brother-in-law thought he won too, so we were all celebrating. And then he gave me his ticket to cash out because he had to leave because their flight was coming.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I'll just Venmo you. I go to cash it out, and they're like, this isn't working. And I was like, we just watched it hit, and then it turned out he had bet 2.5. And I was like, you unlucky bastard. That
Damn,
sucks.
you son
One
of a
free throw
bitch.
away, but mine hit, which was cool. But Colts won. I did hit. Did you hit any of your bets there, Con man? You bet on
No, I need to stop tying my bets to specific touchdowns because we don't
yeah,
score a lot of those.
dude. This is and
The over
Tim's
on
not
yards
here.
and stuff, we usually,
Yeah,
we
this is
move the
Tim shit.
ball.
Tim bets on like 5 different touchdowns to happen, and it's like, dude, have we seen one game where there's been more than
And
like
he's like,
three
but
touchdowns?
look at these odds. And it's like, yeah, because it's not gonna fucking happen.
Like I had JT or I had JT in fantasy, and I was like, I think one of Tim's bets may have had JT scoring, and I was like, yes, like it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a huge JT day, and then they just shut him down because they figured out that they just make Matt Ryan do stuff. It's gonna be bad. God damn it. Yeah. That was where did you watch the game at, Common?
I watched it at the place I'm staying at, my friend Greg and Britt's house. Shout out Greg and Britt
Woo.
for
Shout
letting
out.
me stay in your future nursery for free. But yeah, I just watched it and I was like, full disclosure, halfway through the game, I get a text from a girl I'd gone on 2 dates with. She says there's no chemistry. And then I was
Oh
like, well, at least the Colts are going to win. And then they fucking ripped my heart out too. I was like, boy, this is just a bad day for the con man.
Yep.
No, no chemistry on the date, no chemistry on the field. What's going
Mhm.
on in this world?
Yep.
But I don't know.
Yep.
The O line at least looks like this is the best version of what we can get,
Yeah.
and I think Matt Pryor had some weird injuries, so he's not even like uh on the bench.
Love
I
to
hope
see
he's
that.
well. They said
We
something
hope
about it
he's
during the
well.
game, but then I didn't follow up. But
Yeah, I had no sound, so I couldn't. I was because I watched it at Vegas. Like I was trying to go to a sports book, but the sports book was all reserved out, so I had to sit at the sports bar, and I had to. They made me gamble to sit there, and I lost $50, so that sucked.
oh, that seems
But I
worth it.
was like,
What do you have to play like video poker?
yeah, and they were like, you have to bet $1.25 a hand, and I was like, at first I was winning, and I was like, hey, maybe I'll just win money and sit here and watch the Colts win. That'd be sick. And I was, dude, every game I
That's
watched.
exactly what they want you to
Yep.
think.
Every game I watched, I was sitting next to someone who did not want my team to win. Like when we were watching IU, these guys like rolled up, and I was sitting by myself at first, and these guys rolled up, and they were like, "Yeah, man, fuck IU, let's go, Xavier." And they didn't even care; they just bet against them. But they were like, "I fucking hate
Mhm.
IU," and I just had to sit there and fucking listen to it. And IU was losing for a lot, like the early part of that game, so it was frustrating. And then watching the Colts game, there was a guy sitting next to me who was like, "Man, fuck the Colts, go Eagles, let's go!" Like, and I was just like, okay. And then I had to like silently cheer because I just didn't want there to be drama. And then when JT scored that first touchdown, I was like, fuck yeah, that's right.
You're like, Philly sucks. Cheesesteaks suck. Y'all suck.
What sucks is I fucking love Philly. Philly's like one of my favorite cities. That's where I got engaged to my very wife. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Philly's
seeing
tight.
that one just really busted my butt. Um, yeah, weird game to watch. Defense was great. I know I talked shit about him because let's just get into some key moments of the game. Zaire Franklin had a huge play early in like maybe in the I've lost track of what the exact points were because I got very drunk after that game. But it's also 10 a.m. out here when the game
Yeah, yeah.
started, so I was like getting drunk at
Nice
like
little breakfast buzz.
noon, and then I was like, well, I feel like shit all day, and I'm depressed, and I'm losing money. But um, yeah, he had a huge play, but then he had uh, what the worst play of
Terrible
the
pass
game?
interference.
It's one
Just
of those things where because you could argue like, well, if he doesn't do that, maybe it's an automatic touchdown. I don't think that's the case. I think he could have done so, like sold it a little better. It
and
was the
the
most
announcers
egregious.
tried to make that argument where they like, and this could totally be true, but he just made a concerted effort like in that moment where he was like, pass interference is better than a sure touchdown. I'm just blowing this up.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
it feels like I've watched that play a few times, and I was like, I really feel like if he just turns his body around like a normal guy instead of just
Mm-hmm.
barreling over the guy, like maybe there's a stop to be made there. I don't know, but there's that, and then I don't know whose fault fucking right up the gut touchdown was, but I'll tell you this, it hurt my goddamn soul. It was Kenny Moore that got beat for the first touchdown, right?
Yeah.
But also, I was watching that play. They had two surefire options for touchdowns. Like he had two guys that were running the same route, just in different spots,
Mm-hmm.
that were both wide open for touchdowns. There, it was very weird. So Kenny Moore kind of got
Yeah.
split.
Well, and I think overall the D line did a great job getting pressure, but I mean that's just I mean, there's just so much more time when you can move around, and so people are going to
Yeah.
get open. So you can't
And I
expect
mean,
coverage to be.
it is true. Like Jalen Hurts is fucking great. He's a great quarterback, and like credit goes to the man. Like he made some great plays. He had a huge run earlier on that drive that they scored on.
Hmm.
That it was just
Yeah, and I
so
don't know.
clutch.
I like Jalen Hurts.
Me
I
too.
want him to do well because ever since he got benched for Tua in college and then had to transfer and has had has continued to have success. I don't know. I
Mhm.
just kind of like his story.
Me too.
He seems like a
He's
nice
fun to
young
watch
man.
too. Yeah, he's fun to watch. Seems like a good guy. Uh, Matt Ryan just got outplayed, man. Like just watching them dink and dunk up the field when it's like third and long, like just seeing that same fucking screen pass get blown up over and over again. It's just
Yeah,
driving me
it's
nuts.
like there's the argument that like, oh, maybe JT makes a move, but it's like he wasn't. It wasn't happening.
No,
Like
no.
in the words of me on Sunday, air it out, you old bitch. That's what I
That's
kept
exactly. I
saying
kept saying that too.
alone.
Dude, we were saying the same
Just
fucking
to
thing. I said the exact same thing because there were moments where I was just like watching Matt Ryan eye up a dude 4 yards up the field, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Look deep, bitch. You have talent. Like there are talented receivers on this team, but it's tough. It's so tough this year because it's like I like so much of the team. Like I obviously love JT. I
Mhm.
like Alec Pierce. I love Pittman. I love the team. It's just a matter of uh
Yeah,
tough
like
clutch.
when I become head coach after I pass the bar, I think my first move is that Parks Frazier, he can stay as the
Mm-hmm.
play caller,
Yeah.
but he has to use the plays from NFL Blitz. We have to
Yes.
run the bomb.
I love it. I love the bomb. You know what? I've said it before, and I'll say it again because this is what I did. And I
Hmm.
know he was a bad coach, but if you just insert Urban Meyer's playbook, because I destroy teams using the Colts with the Urban Meyer playbook for some reason. I don't know what it is,
You
but
put that playbook in, you stop traveling with the team, you start feeling up little 20-year-olds at your
yes,
restaurant.
he's got everything is good about him except for when he's talking to the team, and I think everything else is good. uh, yeah, do we watch the Steelers game?
I mean, it is Monday night,
It's
prime
Monday
time,
night.
baby. This
Yeah,
this is
what a
what this
fucking
is what the
terrible
people
Monday
want.
night game. I feel so bad for the fucking league that they. I feel so
like
bad for people that they have to watch this game. If you're
like
like,
the last game of the week, just no
it's true.
implications for the rest of the league whatsoever in this game.
Like, I pray to God you don't have a Colt on your fantasy team other than our kicker. But I hope that
Yeah.
I hope your kicker isn't going to determine your week so that you have to watch this game. But if I'm not at the Lakers game, Lakers Pacers, I will be watching it, but I'll probably still be checking it on my phone. But I'm so excited about this Pacers team that I don't
They won 5 in a row.
I know. Who would have thought? It's like it's such a weird thing where it's like I thought the Colts were going to be in the fucking Super Bowl this year and I thought the Pacers were going to tank. And the Colts are not tanking. I mean, they should probably by now, but like
Yeah.
they're definitely trying. I was talking to a friend of the show, Megan Gailey, last night about this. It's like it's so funny. I don't think Jim Irsay will ever try to tank. I don't even think they were trying to tank when we got Luck. I think we were just that fucking bad. Like
Yeah, I mean,
I
there
don't
was
know.
just like no other option.
Yeah. So it's like I think the only way we ever tank is by accident. Like I think we are just that bad. And
Well, and
it's
like football is so weird where like just because there's so many players, it's hard to intentionally tank.
yeah.
Because like basketball, you just need to be like, okay, we have 3 out of our starters are bad. It's
Mhm.
like, okay, cool, we're good to suck for a
Yeah,
year.
even if we have two decent guys, if three are bad, they'll just attack those guys. And also,
Mhm.
two of them are gonna get tired at some point. But yeah, the Pacers. That's what's good about the Pacers is they actually have like seven of the greatest players to ever play the game on their team at once. So
Mhm.
it's pretty
We
cool.
got, and I love that our two best players are 0 and
Double zero.
00.
I love that. That's the sort of shit that can get you to the finals.
Talk about that zero sum game.
if
That's what they need to
somehow
call each other.
if
Zero
somehow
sum.
Giannis, I like that. Zero sum. That's good. Get you some zero sum. Uh
Yeah, I'm gonna pitch it to the I'm gonna pitch it to Rick Carlisle. I saw him on the
mhm.
street a year ago and yelled
Yeah,
at him
I love
right
that.
after, actually 2 years ago, right after he got hired. I rolled out the window. I said, "Welcome back, coach," and he looked at me and was like, "You just
I've
gave
heard
me
he's an
a."
asshole. I feel like did we talk about that last week? I think Tim probably said that last week. I can't remember.
Well, no, I Tim has that story of like Tim was working at Sharper
That's
Image,
right. And
and
he
he
said, "Leave
like,
me the fuck alone."
yeah, but like he was right.
Yeah, he was probably right. Tim was probably doing something weird.
He had Tim was
He'd
probably
probably
like
said a slur of
sweating a
some kind.
lot, and
Yeah.
like he had like crumbs from the food court on his chest. And you want to try
Uh,
this massage chair, coach? Get the fuck away from me.
it, let's just say it has a happy ending. Massage chair. Um, get the fuck away from me. Okay. Um, yeah, I think yeah, having shirts that say like Sub Zero and it's the two of them with like ice all over them. That'd
Ooh,
be cool.
yeah, nice little finish him.
Maybe I'll bring
Yeah,
that with me to the game. I'll make that shirt and hand and throw them. Like you know how they always throw shirts to the fans. Why don't we give
yeah,
some back? I'm gonna throw some of my
yeah.
shirts to
Give
the
them a
players.
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring your own t-shirt cannon.
Yeah, they're cool with that, I think.
Yeah, I think you could get that past past security.
Yeah, that would be very. They are so cool. Halliburton and Matt Turner are awesome. The whole damn squad has got me fired up. Look at Miles Turner. He's looking great.
Well,
Uh,
even like
Turner
Aaron
looks
Neesmith
good.
had a really good game last week
Yeah,
against the Magic, and it's
yeah, he
like,
was great.
oh, okay, everyone's trying hard. This is
Yeah,
cool.
he had some huge shots. Another game I had money on that I did lose because I bet the spread, which was stupid. What I should do every game is bet the Pacers to lose the first quarter and win the game because I bet that pays pretty well. And it
Mhm.
happens every fucking game because we're very bad in the first quarter. But
And then
uh,
we get Benedict, that spark.
yeah, God, I love watching that dude play. He rules. Woof, they are good. They're a good little squad. I'm excited to watch them play live. I'm sorry, guys. If you want to hear cold stuff, I'm just bummed. It's very hard. I really was like, we're gonna be fucking 5-1. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna have a chance. And the Titans, for some reason, won't lose, and it's pissing me off. And I think if we lose one more game, we're fully out of contention, right?
I don't know. I got to look at the
Yeah, I
standings
need to
again,
look at
but
the
I
math,
mean, we
but we're
probably
pretty
will win
close,
this week because the Steelers
dude. I think
are
so too.
horrible.
The Steelers are terrible. Yeah, what's your predictions for this week, Con Man? Because I'm
I
assuming we
think
probably won't be able to record another one before.
I think it's gonna be like 9-14. It's gonna be a slog because I think the Steelers D line is very good. So I think
Yeah,
they're gonna hit old Matty a couple times pretty hard. But I
you think
think we'll
there's
pull
any
something out of our
chance?
ass.
You think there's any chance we see Sam Ellinger this week? I think
No,
I think there's like a 10% chance we see Sam this week. Not starting, but
maybe at like tight end. Let's put him at tight end.
let him do
Let's just
something
get
out
him in
there.
there.
Yeah, let him be the
Get him
punter.
the ball in space. That's what I'm
There we
saying.
go. Let him be the punt returner.
Yeah, yeah.
let him get the ball in space. Let him run around. Let him throw it a couple times
You
as a
know,
punt returner.
just let him hold it on field goals and let him just run it a couple times.
I
A little
like that.
fake.
Little fake. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I think we should come out of the gate 1st and 10. Whoa, they're kicking a field goal? What the fuck is this?
From their own 25
Like,
after a touchback?
and then he curls out, throws a bomb to a guy who was on our special teams.
Mm-hmm.
And now all
Once
of a
like
sudden we have a new offense.
once you're mathematically out of the playoff picture, you should be required to do a fake field goal or punt every game.
Oh yeah, who gives a shit? Why not have a little fun, Little flea
Yeah,
flicker. Do a little fumble rooski.
yeah. I love that
Like
shit. You see,
I want to see a triple like option. Or, what? Let's throw a fucking quadruple option at them. Just too many options.
or like do one of those plays where you ever seen like high school teams do this where the quarterback will or the coach will act like he's yelling at the quarterback. So the
Mm-hmm.
quarterback will like run to the sideline, but oh wait, he's just in motion, and then they snap it to the running back.
I
Let's
think
see some more of
every
that.
single play should be that for us. We need every play to be
Yeah.
some form of trigger. We need a magician, like a sleight of hand magician at quarterback,
God, I would
or at
love that.
center. If we had a sleight of hand center, imagine. Imagine the things he could do. He's like, "Oh, you thought I hiked the football? It's actually in the end zone, dumbass." And then,
Oh, it's
it's a pick.
behind your ear, ref.
The coin flip would be the most exciting part of the game.
Man, I saw this video on YouTube came up. My little algorithm gave me this sweet little nugget, a
Ooh.
magician who had no hands doing card tricks. And I was like,
That's pretty
man,
cool.
that made me feel good about where I was at in terms of my YouTube searches, that it's
Yeah,
feeding me that stuff and
that's
not
great.
like deep state bullshit.
Yeah. No, that's the sort of shit you want to see. That's really good. God, this team is brutal. I do think. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go the other way. I think this offense goes bozo mode this week.
Oh yeah.
Anytime touchdown score, Jonathan Taylor. Anytime touchdown score, Alec Pierce. Anytime touchdown score, Paris Campbell. And fuck it, throw our boy Michael Pittman Jr. in there as well.
If
Why
we
not?
score more than 30 points, I will do the next podcast shirtless.
I think this is. I think we score. I think it'll be like 31. I think exactly that. I think the Steelers aren't going to do shit. And I do think anytime touchdown score, Indianapolis defense.
Whoa, finally.
Yeah, put them all in. Why not? Why
We
not
are
do all
due
of
for
them?
a pick six.
I think that you know what I'm gonna do this week. I can't do it actually because
What,
I'm
yeah,
in
what are you going to
2 touchdowns for the Indianapolis defense.
do?
Imagine if they got one and then you have to root the rest of the game. Like, come on, one more. That would be pretty cool. If I could do it, I would do that. I can't do it.
You know
Somebody do
what? Throw a tie on there. Bet on the tie.
it. 2 touchdowns for the Indy defense and a tie. I don't think they'll let you do that, but if you could, you should. That is a lock. Dude, if that hits, people have to we have to get some listeners on this fucking show. Like if I
if
predict that
that
now, oh my
if that
god.
hits, we're
Do
buying the
Indy.
team with the
Yep.
winnings.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
I'm the
think that
coach, and Tim's not allowed in the stadium. Them's the rules.
yeah, Tim has a lifetime ban.
We
Uh,
just have a statue of his dumb face in the building. It's like this is what obesity looks like.
this
It's
is
just
what
Tim
obesity looks like.
looks like.
That's a fun March song. This is what obesity looks like.
They ain't marching.
uh,
they're, they
bunch of
sitting.
scooters. This is what obesity looks like. That's great. All right, should we do our studs and duds or studs and glue factory?
Yeah, I mean, Glue Factory for me is uh, Matty Ryan's
Yeah.
confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Just the balls he threw were fine. It's just the
Yeah.
decision making.
I am proud
Uh,
of him for not fumbling the ball when he gets hit. Like he's gotten a
mhm,
lot better at that. I think the benching did get through to him, and like he's playing way better than he was.
for sure.
But
Um, and one thing I liked was I think, one of the big things we've lost in the run game this year is Jack Doyle's blocking as a tight
yeah,
end.
right.
And it looked like they finally got Kylan Granson to do some decent blocking from not from like the down position on the line, but lining up in kind of like that gunner spot in
Hmm.
motion. I saw they were doing a lot of, they kind of do this yo-yo motion where they would send him, they'd send him to the right, but his block would be running back to the left. So it was, I don't know, that was neat to see. And I think that kind of stuff can help get the run game going. I
Hmm.
hope.
Yeah, yeah. Granson looked great this week. He made some big catches too. He was one of the rare, one of the few like studs.
Yeah, and I think if his blocking solidifies, I mean, he like way makes way more sense as like a three down kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah. Because I was worried because it was Jelani was injured this week, right? Did he? He didn't play, right? I think he was out.
Uh,
I could be
yeah,
wrong.
I
Maybe
don't
that
think
was
I saw
last
him out
week.
there, or
Pretty
he
sure he
didn't get
was
a lot of
hurt.
snaps.
I'm pretty sure he was hurt. Man, it's tough to pick. I did think. I mean, Pittman looked pretty good for a lot of the game. He made some big catches on like third and medium. That were good. But it's so hard not to give Glue Factory to Matt Ryan because I just feel like the man is fucking burnt out. Like it's not his fault. I like the guy. Like I do. I really do. I was
Hmm.
talking to Gailey about it last night. I was like, I really like Matt Ryan. It's just that he looks terrible. Like he just doesn't have the arm strength, and it's tough. And I saw this tweet. I got into an argument with this guy on Twitter where I was like, they were like, "How can you see this throw from him and say that he doesn't have arm strength?" And it's like, it's a fucking 10-yard throw, man. Like, what are you talking about? Also, even if he gets a guy
But
deep,
it
it's
was a
usually a
long
float.
10,
Yeah,
like those
but
guys say. It's a
like,
long 10 yards.
yeah, but it's like he can fire in a 10-yarder every once in a while. But I want to see a fucking 30-yarder. Like we saw Ellinger do it to Pierce. Like it is, our guys can get
Throw
open.
the bomb.
Throw the bomb every once in a while. Make a threat.
I want it to
Give a
look like the
chance for a
punt,
PI to
pass, and
happen or
kick
something.
competition. I want to
Yes.
see some air.
Yeah. No, I think I have to give it to Matt Ryan just because he really bummed me out. And God, our offensive line is so fucking annoying. They did look better, but especially that first drive, it's like we could just do that type of shit, but
Hmm.
we just don't have any. We don't have enough options, so we become one dimensional so fast. It's a bummer. Yeah, stud of the week. Dude, I don't even fucking know. This game was all over the place. I wanted to give it to it looked like a lock for JT out of the gate, and then he had that fumble that really fucked things up. Um,
Yeah, that's one where it's like, just go down or whistle it sooner.
I couldn't
Like
believe it
it
didn't get
never,
I because I was
it
watching
never
without the
feels
sound.
good when they're up for like five
No.
seconds.
And that was one where I couldn't hear, and I could not believe it hadn't already been blown dead because they had him for like 4 seconds. It was like, all right,
Hmm.
end it. Like, how is that a fumble? It fucking pissed me off. Um, yeah, maybe Pittman. He made some good catches. Nothing like crazy, but do anybody have any big yak moves?
Well, and I think for the Glue Factory, more so. I mean, more so even than Matt Ryan. I think to the Glue Factory this week, I'm sending Tim McLaughlin for
Yes.
having to fly all day. Tim,
Hmm.
sorry, but
Also for not
you're
being
gonna
able to
be
do.
glue.
He couldn't do the podcast yesterday because he was doing his podcast, and no one has ever done two podcasts in one day.
Yeah, you just can't. He needs
It's
to
physically
recover.
impossible. No, Tim does do all the work for the show. Not this week though. I will be doing it. I'm not adding in the sound effects though. And I'm
Well,
not gonna do any
he
editing.
does do all the work, but also we're the only ones giving him a job. Nobody else is.
We got to get our boy Tim a job, guys. If you have anything you can offer Tim,
If
help
you're
our boy out.
hiring, or if you want, like, let's say you would subscribe to a Tim OnlyFans. If that's what you're
Yes.
into, let him know because I'm sure he'd gladly do whatever you
Some
were
people
into.
think Tim is super hot, like Bobby. He's really into Tim.
Man, Bobby's got money.
That's true, Bobby. Come on, he doesn't listen to the show, but throw Tim some fucking money. Throw him a
Yeah,
job. Give him an OnlyFans. I do think I like the idea of an OnlyFans for Tim, where they have to pay for him to keep his clothes on.
I think people would pay to like watch him read stuff out loud. That seems to
He already
be.
does that on his own podcast. The other,
I know, but he should like monetize it more,
I mean, it's
where
a Patreon.
people can write things.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can do that technically on Patreon. Connor, we got to get you more well versed in this podcasting landscape, brother.
No, this is as far as I go. People ask me how this podcast is doing, and I say I don't know, and I don't know
Yeah.
how to check.
I only know from people texting me. We have friends of the show that text in about it, and that's why I feel bad for not talking more about the Colts shit. But it was my birthday last night. I'm not really hungover, but I'm just a little tired today.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the show, send Tom a nice little birthday message.
yeah, why
Let him
not?
know
I
we
think
love
most of
him.
them, I think everybody who listens to the show already did, but
He's 34, right?
35, baby.
35.
God, isn't it crazy that Matt Ryan is only like 2 years older than me? It feels like he's like 20 years older than me. It's really
Yeah,
crazy.
that does suck when the like old athletes are your age. It's
Yeah.
like, oh fuck.
Yeah, people will be like, God, this old piece of shit, including
It's
myself.
like, man, I
Yeah,
wish I could spend
you're
$1
doing
million on my body every year. Wouldn't
I do too. So it pisses me off that I'm not in better shape. Antonio keeps trying to get me to go to Equinox, and I'm like, I don't need to be doing that. I don't need to be spending $200 a month on this.
It's 200 a month, but you get like,
I get a discount for having my credit card, but it's only like 25 off.
but
So
like with that, do you get like free classes too?
you do get classes. I'm not a class guy though. I just like to get on the elliptical, lift some
See,
weights.
Tom's a man of the people. He's not a class guy. He's
No,
not gonna.
yes. I spend $20 a month to go to Blink. The problem is there's no Blink near me, so I'm fucked. So I bought some running shoes. I'm gonna go run. Let's wrap this bad boy up. I have to go see a film. The new Glass Onion movie. Pretty fun stuff.
Some artsy LA crap.
No, that's the new Knives Out movie.
Yeah, it
It's
sounds
like the opposite of
artsy.
that. It's what like dumbasses go see
No,
for Christmas,
we
and I
don't
love
we don't get that in Indiana.
it. It's
We're
on
still
Netflix.
all
I
our
love
theaters only play Honey I Shrunk the Kids. That's where we're
that
at.
would be sick. Honey, I Shrunk the Kidsoplex. That's
Yeah.
only one movie all the time. That's a good idea. I think
Well,
that's a great
listeners,
idea, actually.
thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for riding this wild cold season with us.
Hey,
I
we're
hope
still in.
everyone has a Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
has a good Thanksgiving, and go Coats.
Go Colts. I do want to say I'm down on the Colts this week. I got bummed out, but the hype is still there. We're gonna beat the fucking Steelers. 2 defensive touchdowns. It's gonna be sick. We're gonna have a great Monday
Mhm.
night game.
Yeah, lock in that bet
It's
if you
getting
want to make
so hard
yourself
to
a
do
nice
this.
little nest egg.
We picked the wrong fucking season to do this podcast.
Well, we
Whatever.
love you guys.
We
Thanks
love
for
you guys.
listening.
The energy
Bye.
will be up next week. All right. We love you. Email us at 3horsemenpod@gmail.com. And we miss you, Tim. I don't think he's listening, but
I don't miss him.
all right. Bye.